Hey there everyone, I'm Escape Artist and this is Blood Race and we'll be your casters here for Game 1. This is the Shine Escape Talent Development Program and here today we have two teams playing against each other now. And in the top lane we have Pengu and Estia. In the jungle we have SVR Eternal and Vengeance. In the mid lane we have Peros Pero and Sakuri. In the AD carry slot we have X Mr. Dark and Mez. And in support we have Rain and Pork Boy. So the idea is that basically these players will play against each other and we're going to pick and bans right now.
Alright, so starting it off for pick and ban, we have Pengu starting off as the first banner.
So what do you think will be the typical bans that we'll see here?
Well, I think they will be going for a lot of either meta bans or target bans.
Alright, well we'll see what he'll ban here in just a few seconds. And it looks like he might ban and it's Olaf that he's
The
banned.
Olaf ban.
So what do you think about it?
Olaf is currently a really strong jungle with a lot of abilities to help him get to the backline really quickly. So banning him is honestly a really good choice right now.
Yeah, well let's see what the red team here chooses to ban. And looks like it's Kaisa.
Kaisa ban.
Yeah, well what do you think about Kaisa then?
I think Kaisa is actually a target ban.
Ooh, okay. The enemy, the blue team AD carry plays Kaisa a lot.
Yeah, the blue team AD carry has a level 7 Kaisa, and Kaisa is quite strong in the meta right now, so it's actually quite a good ban.
Yeah, Kaisa's quite annoying for me to play against, honestly. And it looks like it's
And
LeBlanc.
the LeBlanc ban.
Yeah, man. What do you think about the LeBlanc revert?
The LeBlanc revert is actually a really good revert, as most people were not happy with the current, the old version.
Well, for me, I'm not happy with the revert because now it means that I'm gonna just walk in the bush and my screen's suddenly gonna turn grey, man. It's Swain.
And the ban from Swain. Swain is a really strong champion with a lot of CC. His ultimate is a great way to take down the ADC and the support in the backline. So it's actually a really good ban.
Yeah, I was playing against Swain yesterday. It was very, very annoying. And the worst part is ARM, so you had 5 people. Oh, it's Tam Kench. Well, what do you think about Tam Kench?
Well, Tom Kent is he's not really a meta champion, but he's also he's good at certain team compositions, but he's really nothing to be looked at this game.
I see. Well, looks like they're gonna put up the third ban here in just a few seconds. And well, let's see what it is. And it turns out that they've banned Trundle.
The ban from Trundle. Trundle is a really strong support at the moment. He can be. I've seen him play both support and jungle. So, and his ice wall is really strong. So, I think that's a great way to stop them from picking Trundle.
Right, and it looks like it is.
And now we're
Caitlyn.
starting with the pick phase. We have Caitlyn.
Yep. So Caitlyn, well, what do you think?
I would say Caitlyn is currently not really strong in the meta, but she has the highest range in the game, which gives her range advantage over most of the champions. And if played correctly, can output a lot of damage at once. So,
yeah, man.
And now we're looking from the pick at Estia, the top laner.
Yeah, let's see what he'll secure first. And it is Skarner jungle here coming out. And let's see what comes up next. But what do you think about Skarner?
For the Skarner, I think he's a really great pick to pick out people who are caught out with his extremely strong ultimate, able to pull the enemies back into their team. So if Skarner is able to get a lead and is able to pull the ADC or the support into their team during team fights, he can have a very big impact.
And it looks like it is
the Camille
top.
pick for the top lane.
Yeah.
Camille has a really strong ultimate, able to catch people out, and the combo with Skarner and Camille can easily burst down a squishy champion such as Caitlyn.
Yeah, man, imagine the Skarner just flash pulls and then Camille ults the Caitlyn. Might not survive. Well,
And now with SVI Eternal picking for the jungle as well, he picks the Gragas, which is a really good pick at the moment. He is very tanky and he has a lot of burst damage
yep,
at once.
it's Morgana.
And with Morgana coming down, her Dark Binding is really good for stopping people such as Camille or Skarner from pulling them back by rooting them on the spot.
Yeah, and not just that, but laning against a Killian Morgana can be laning against a Cactus, could get poked so much.
Yeah, they have very good range, and the combos from Caitlyn and Morgana is really strong. The traps from Caitlyn and the binding from Morgana can deal an insane amount of damage at once.
And it's Sivir now with the second pick.
And now we're back into
yeah.
the ban phase. Esther is banning once again.
But what do you think like picking the Sivir brings to the table for the team?
The Sivir versus the Caitlyn matchup is a really unique one, something that I haven't seen a lot. But what I like about Sivir is her ultimate. With champions like Skarner and Sivir together, their ultimates can combo their ultimate to have increased speed, helping Skarner reach the back line at a faster period of time.
Yeah, you see Azir here removed.
And with the Azir removed, Azir has strong wave clear, and if played correctly, can be really, really powerful in team fights.
Yeah, it's quite annoying. Even the wall, like, he can just wall off the Camille and the Skarner and
the
Thresh now
trash
removed.
ban. Alright.
Yeah, we see already that there are two.
It's a really smart ban because Caitlyn is a champion that wants to stay far away from the enemy team. She wants to make use of her range advantage. So banning champions such as Thresh will stop them from will reduce the chances of her being hooked in.
Yeah, but it also means that like they're not really looking for the Morgana Black Shield against the Thresh, because Morgana
And
can
the
smash the
Vladimir
Thresh.
ban.
Yep, Vladimir now banned out. I guess they don't want to be like poke like crazy at top lane, or even mid. We see here that this is one ban left, and it's Karma.
And the Karma ban.
Yeah, they don't want like the shield charging in maybe.
I've seen lots of Karma mates completely destroying the enemy team with one of her Qs. She has a high amount of damage, so banning her is quite a good choice.
Yeah.
And now we've massed back into the picking phase.
Yeah, let's see what he picks left. There's like support left.
And
it's
with the Braum support, the Braum and Sivir combo, I think Braum is an extremely great pick here with both the Gragas and Caitlyn poke. Braum can block off a lot of damage, and Caitlyn's ultimate. With Braum's shield, he can block all the damage from Caitlyn ultimate in one go.
And I noticed the Anivia pick and that like their mid laner. Anivia is one of the top 3 mid laner.
Yes, she has
Yeah.
amazing wave clear with her ultimate. Pre-6 she might be quite weak, but post-6 her wave clear is very strong, and if she manages to hit her skill shot, she can put out a lot of damage in one go. And with top lane we have the Shen pick.
Yep. And
Shen-
looks like the
Shen-
first team is done.
Shen's ultimate is a really good defensive and engage ability. With champions like Gragas going in, Shen can combo outing Gragas, giving extra CC, or protecting Caitlyn if she gets dived down by both Skarner and Camille.
Yeah, and Shen gives a lot of like global pressure as well, right?
Yeah, his global ultimate is really good.
It looks
And
like
for the mid lane we have
Brand.
Brand.
Yep.
Brand combo is super strong. His 3-hit passive can completely obliterate the enemy teams if he hit his skill shots correctly.
Yeah, it looks like we have like a fire versus ice thing going on here in mid with the Anivia against the Brand. And their mid laner actually, Anivia is one of the top 3 champions for their mid laner according to like their mastery points. So maybe you can expect some good stuff coming out from there.
Well, so for team 1 they have more of a engaged comp and a lot of poke from the back line with Caitlyn. And for team 2, they really want to get in there and pull the squishies up with champions like Camille and Skarner. I think what they would do is they would use the Camille to engage, outing the ADC, and Skarner will go in after Sivir outs to pull the ADC back.
Yeah,
And-
Camille and Skarner can really isolate somebody.
But with champions like Shen, Gragas, they too are able to protect the ADC from damage.
So now, who do you think will win?
Well, I would say the team 2 has a better chance of winning, but team 1 has to play it safe and have proper engage if they want to win this game.
For me, I think the team 1 has like more pressure, but team 2 has a stronger engage with the Sivir and the Skarner, and gotta see a good Anivia wall to stop that kind of thing.
Well, I think Brand is a super good pick against tanky champions such as Shen and Gragas due to his passive, able to output lots of damage in one go, the 3-hit passive, and the Ring of Fire, able to spread as well. So, an example is when Shen goes in, but he gets hit by the passive, it will spread most likely all the way to the back line. And that's what Team 2 wants to do, get to the back line and take down Caitlyn as fast as possible. But Team 1 also has champions such as Shen, which I think will be quite useful later in the team fights when Caitlyn gets dived on. So if Shen times his ultimate correctly, Team 2 will have a hard time taking Caitlyn down.
Hmm. And what do you think of like the Braum? Do you think that it's enough to protect the Sivir?
Well, Braum is not really a meta pick, but he is very good at defending and blocking out damage. With Caitlyn's ultimate, as long as Braum sticks close to Sivir, he can negate most of the damage from it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and what about the junglers? Do you think like who do you think will give more pressure, Skarner or Gragas?
Well, for me, I personally prefer having a Skarner as my jungle because his ultimate is really good for utility. Whereas Gragas on the other hand is, I would say, it's tankier and has more damage output. What I like about Gragas is his ultimate able to, it's more flexible in terms of how you use it. You can use it as an engage or disengage. Whereas for Skarner, it's either you use your ult on the correct person or you die.
Yeah, I guess the Gragas ulti can really disengage from like a charging in. I mean, imagine like 5 of them just like running with the Sivir ultimate, and then one Gragas, boom, and they all fly back.
Yes.
Yeah, like well.
Well, Team 1 has better engage and disengage, while Team 2 their main focus is engaging. If they didn't engage properly, then they'll most likely lose the team fight.
Just want to talk here about the summon spells real quick. We see that it's generally the same across all the lanes except the bot lane, where Morgana takes exhaust and Braum takes ignite. What do you think about it? Yeah, what do you think about the pick?
Well,
The summon spells, I mean.
Braum is a champion that wants to have more presence since he with his 3-hit passive. Once the opponent is stunned, he will want to take him down as fast as possible. And since Morgana is a champion that has a very good CC, he wants to take Caitlyn down before she gets to heal up or escape. And with the Sivir ultimate giving them the movement speed, I think they can do that very easily.
Yeah, alright, I think we're going to be loading into game here really soon. And so maybe just to wrap it up, where do you think, like, which lanes do you think will win?
Well, I think top lane wise, I have more faith. I think Camille has a better laning phase. She has stronger wave clear and damage. Whereas for Shen, most of his power comes into his utilities, such as his global ultimates and CC.
Yep. And we see
So
here,
now we get into game.
yep, the game started and we can see that Anivia here has actually taken Unsealed Spellbook. Well, that's...
Well,
and
I for one am very excited to see how the bot lane plays out with champions such as Sivir and Braum against Caitlyn and Morgana. Caitlyn and Morgana is an extremely strong combo, whereas Braum and Sivir isn't seen that much.
Yeah, and Braum took the Unsealed Spellbook as well, and it looks like they're just moving down to mid. And let's take a look over here at the starting items here. And it looks like Shen has opted for a Doran Shield and Camille has opted for a Doran Blade instead. Like, what do you think about that?
Well, Camille is a champion that wants to be aggressive early and try to get a lead. If Camille gets the lead, she's easily able to snowball. Whereas for Shen, what I think he should do or what he should build is things that will help protect Caitlyn from harm. Since protecting Caitlyn right now is the most important thing they can do against Team 2, which has a very engage-based comp.
Yeah, and we can see also that Sivir here has opted for a Doran Shield, like against the poke-heavy composition of Caitlyn and Morgana. Well, that looks quite interesting, doesn't it?
Yes, and yeah, I think it's gonna be a very interesting matchup for bot lane as Team 1 has, I would say, has a stronger laning phase than Team 2. But as long as they can make it to late game, I think Team 2 bot lane should scale up better.
Yeah, it looks like it'll just be a basic start here, no invades or anything. Just start at the bottom side for each team, and we can see that the mid laners have spotted each other.
And so they are starting at red.
Yep.
Also at the top lane we have Shen and Camille. Camille taking Arcane
Arcane Comet.
Arcane Comet. That's a very good with her slow, as there's close to no way for the opponents to dodge it.
Yeah, like we can see here that the bot lane, they started out here. Caitlyn upping her Q first, Braum missing the first one, and Camille just starting to poke the Shen out a bit, but it doesn't look like it's doing that much so far. Generally here we can see that the first wave seems quite okay. Morgana upping her W now to proc her Spell Thief's Edge. The ricochet is just bouncing throughout the entire lane. And looks like farming is going quite okay for both of them here, on par with each other. But in the mid lane here, we can see like there's some pings going on. Spell Shield up already now. And we can see that in the mid lane, there's kind of a little bit of a CS difference here. What do you think?
Well, and Nivea has a lot better wave clear than Bran, obviously, but I think Bran is a champion that works well better during team fights due to his passive and his ultimate. Because and Nivea, although she hasn't reached a power spike yet, in against a matchup such as Bran, she will have an advantage due to her range advantage and her damage advantage.
And we can see here that the junglers actually, the blue side jungler skipped over the Raptors, but the Skarner here chose to go through the entire jungle. And now he's just finished his red. And it looks like he might be paying a bit to the top, or he might just be doing his golems.
Well, Skarner is a champion that wants to try to get his 6 early.
Okay, wait. There's like a fight going on here. Or just a little bit of poke. Yeah. You're saying about Skarner?
Yeah, Skarner is a champion that wants to rush his level 6 since his ultimate is one of the best abilities in the game, able to pull a champion back into their team. So he wants to get it as early as possible to have better ganks.
Well, actually about the pulling thing, I just realized that Morgana has like Black Shield and that she can completely like negate whatever like pulling he does. So
Well, I think that's where Bran comes in
there's a
with.
gank in mid here. Flash coming out from the Gragas now. Stun the wall, the flash from the Bran, and it looks like he'll make it out alive. And now like we can see the bot lane here has a lot of like pressure from the Sivir here, pushing him into Ricochet.
It's actually quite unexpected because I expected both Caitlyn and Morgana to have more lane control, but it seems that both Sivir and Braum are actually pushing them in.
Yeah, the Ricochet here doing a lot, but there's a fight in the top lane now. A little back and forth action there. Just a taunt and the Shen W coming out. The mid laner here being hit by a pillar of fire. It looks like it's just some wave clearing. A brilliant spell shield there from the Sivir. And it looks like everything's back to normal once again. Ricochet's here coming out, hitting the Caitlyn and the Morgana quite a lot actually. Caitlyn surprisingly being poked out. But it looks like junglers haven't really done much, especially like the red side jungler here.
Like I said before, in top lane, what Camille wants to do is to have more pressure, but it seems that Shen is the one pushing the wave into him instead.
Yep, looks like Shen might just get some free time to walk around and play some wards maybe. And bot side again being pushed in here, the Sivir pushing extremely hard, just W's every single wave. Doesn't get the spell shield off this time. It looks like there is a fight here. That's the 4th hit, but the black shield means they're spell immune, and well, they're not gonna get a kill there.
Well, I think the Morgana pick is actually really great with all their CC and all their and like I said before, they want to get their main goal is to pull out the squishies, but with Morgana's black shield, they can negate most of it if she times it right.
And we can see here that there's already a 10 CS difference here in the mid lane with the Anivia and the Brand. Anivia's opting for the tier and the Brand, the blasting one. Like, what do you think?
Well, Anivia is a champion that is very reliant on.
Alright, looks like there's gonna be a gank here now. It looks like Anivia might just be popped into her egg form, but it looks like Gragas is gonna take the first blood now. Anivia, will he be able to live? Will the Skarner be able to kill him? The W coming out now from the Gragas. A flash away, another flash, and he takes him down. And it looks like there's also a fight in the bot lane here. The Caitlyn trap's coming out, but the Sivir's putting a massive amount of damage here. Will the Braum be able to live? A flash coming out, and he takes down one of them. Now the Sivir here looks like it's going to be alive. It looks like there's a ton of action going on now suddenly. The top lane even, but it's just over there. What do you think about like...
Well, let's start with the mid lane fight.
Alright,
like
sure.
like I said before, Brand's passive is really strong, and he
Wait,
proc and
there's
he
like a flash here now from Sivir and another perfect spell shield. Alright, go on.
well, like I said before, Brand's passive is really strong, and I think that's how he was able to take down Anivia with the he ignited as well. So and with the great timing from Skarner coming in and destroying her egg before she can revive.
Yeah, he just managed to take it just barely. And it looks like there are some recalls here. A BF sword coming out for the Caitlyn here, who has 1 kill but less CS. Sivir being able to push in the wave here means that Caitlyn will lose out on some minions. But it looks like generally they might just buy the same item here, BF sword.
Well, like I said, the Morgana was what kept the Caitlyn alive with her black shield, and it's a really good pick against champions such as Braum and Skarner.
Yeah. Well, it looks like they're just going to be placing some wards around here. And the second blue's now coming out for Skarner. Doesn't look like he's going to give that over to his Brand, which means that if the Anivia gets blue buff, I think she'll be able to wave clear much faster than him.
Well, the slow stops Shen from dodging the Arcane Comet immediately, which it's a really good synergy pick.
Yeah, man. Well, looks like Skarner here is at the bot side, and there's a little fight here, just some poke going on. The Camille here choosing to run away instead of fight the Shen.
Well, Shen has a bigger minion wave, so I think it was better for her to run away than to engage, because the minions would have done quite a lot of damage to her.
Yeah, and Shen now with the Bami Cinder, he's gonna probably be able to push out the lane quite a lot, right?
Oh yes, it's better for wave clear, and
Yeah, and looks like there's a fight here. Anivia's thing just missing. But here we see that the bot lane has received a gank, and the Shen ultimate is coming down. Ignite on the Morgana here. Tom does land onto the Skarner. It looks like Skarner might just go down, and he does go down here. The first kill picked up, and it looks like they're just going to back off, or are they going to continue here? 90 caliber net forward, Black Shield. It looks like a massive fight here. Shen now with a double kill, teleport coming down from Camille, but it's way too late.
well, that was great timing of ultimate from Shen saving the Morgana. Well, like I said at the beginning, Shen's ultimate is a really good pick here, since Team 2 has a lot of reliance on their engage, and if Shen is able to out the correct target at the correct timing, they will be able to save the target and make and ensure that Teams 2 engage was a failure, since they are very reliant on trying to pick out one target
It
at
looks
an
like
extremely quick time.
there's a robbery going on here in the top lane, in top side jungle, I mean, for the red team. It looks like it's going to be a 2v2, or maybe even a 3v3, because the Brand is drawing in now, and so is the Shen. It looks like Gragas might just go down here, and Anivia with the Ignite going down. And Gragas somehow manages to flash away from all of that here. I don't think he's going to make it out of this one here. Flash being burned by the Brand, but a double kill for him and a double buff transfer as well.
Well, currently at this point of the game, Brand has a 2-kill lead over Anivia, which is actually quite dangerous for Anivia, as if Brand gets the lead, his damage will be, he has extremely high damage, and if he continues having a lead, Team 1 will have an extremely hard time during the team fights, as his passive will be able to spread quite quickly, and it does a lot of damage.
And it looks like there might be just a short pause here in a couple of seconds. And here Black Shield coming out onto the Caitlyn, and it looks like they won't follow up on that one here. The Black Shield cooldown is quite significant. It looks like they're just probably going to back off now. Top lane, not that much action here, just Comets landing here. And some ward clearing going on down there in the mid lane.
Well, and Shen,
And there's a pause right there. And, well, what do you think so far of the game?
well, currently I think that, like I predicted before, Team 2 has a lot of reliance on the engage. Like the Gragas got caught out just now in the jungle from the Camille ultimate, and while the bot lane fight, we had Shen pulling off some extremely good ultimate timing, saving Morgana. So like I said before, those are two very different teams. Teams 2 with a lot of reliance with the engage, while Team 1 has a lot of reliance on protecting their ADC.
Well, looking at the goal leads here, there's just a small lead here. 800 gold from blue team over red team. Do you think maybe they can capitalize on that?
Well, red team is very late game reliant with champions such as Shen and Caitlyn, which has their late game power spikes, and such as Anivia as
And
well.
looks like the game is resumed.
And with the game continuing,
And just here, a little back and forth again from the Camille here. But it looks like it's going to be more than back and forth, because Skarner is approaching and fast here. Coming in, the Skarner does have his ultimate and Smite ready to slow down. Good taunt, trying to get out here, but Skarner ultimate comes out and it looks like it will be a kill here. But there's also a gank in the mid lane here. The Brand here just being chain CC'd completely down now. The double buff being transferred back to Anivia. And it looks like they might try to 4-man the bot lane now with the control ward, but there's not enough time for them to react, I think. Sivir ultimate coming out, but will it be enough here? The Gragas lands the body slam onto the Braum. Black Shield coming out, and the Braum throwing out his ultimate here just to tell the enemy team to like go away. I guess he just doesn't want to be ganked. And they're moving over now, looks like, to the Dragon. And they should be able to secure this one quite easily, because the Skarner is in the top side here doing his red buff.
so, and the Dragon goes to the red team.
Yep, quite easy with that one. But Skarner here, he's at his Raptors. He didn't really make a move down. What do you think?
Well, I think blue team had really good shot calling. But when they saw Skarner at top lane, they decided to take the dragon instead, to try to capitalize on their loss at top lane.
Yep, looks like they're being pushed out now at the bot side. The blue team pushing in the red team. Oh, now that Sivir's back, it looks like Ricochets might just take everything. And Camille now clearing
And
out a control ward. Let's see here. What do we have? We have like the mid lane with quite a big CS lead, but Brand already having completed his first item. The Rylai's is already done. What do you think?
I think that Rylai's is a great item on Brand, slowing them down, making it easier for him to hit his skill shots. And Skarner with the Predator boots, giving him even better engage.
Yep, all ready to go like super speed. He is the fast. And Caitlyn here with 1 kill and 2 assists. But Sivir with just a slight CS lead here. Braum going 0 and 2. Morgana having not died at all. And it looks like maybe the red team jungler here with 100% kill participation has maybe done a little bit more than the Gragas.
Well,
I see here now a gank. The Gragas ultimate coming out. It means that the Anivia ultimate, Anivia Q does miss, and it forces the Shen to use his ultimate. But it looks like they will live. But the Predator boots coming out now. A flash and a black shield, and there we go. That's it. The Skarner ultimate just got black shielded here. But a flash onto the Caitlyn. I don't think she's going to live through this one. The Braum passive, and the Braum takes the kill. And it looks like they will be able to push the bot lane quite freely now. The bot lane tower might just go down.
and this is it for the bot lane tower. They get the first tower.
Yep, most likely they will here. Morgana just lingering around but unable to do anything, watching helplessly as her turret gets destroyed.
And so red team gets the first turret. As I said before, Shen's ultimate saved Gragas.
Yep, it looks like there might just be a little fight here. The Anivia stun does miss, and it looks like an all-in here from the Camille. The wall just trying to block her off. And Anivia just escaping a sliver of health here, dodges out, but the flash comes out, and I think Camille would just be beating an Eggman. Or not. It looks like the Morgana's here to save her, and Anivia does make it out alive thanks to the Black Shield and just the presence from the Morgana.
Yes, Morgana has a huge impact this game with the ability to both block their CC and give and CC them. The Black Shield is extremely useful this game with champions like Skarner and Brand.
Yeah, and the blue buff here going over to the Brand. And just earlier, like the gank at bot lane, the Skarner's ultimate was just useless because of the Black Shield. And that just shows like the power of Morgana, I guess, right?
Yeah, her Black Shield is a really strong ability for utility-wise.
Looks like just some capturing of the Skarner's points here, and a fight here to break this control ward. And the Shen here actually not being spotted. This is like a flank here. And Shen pops out, surprise. But it doesn't look like he's able to do much. A taunt here coming out, but he's in quite deep here. Teleport coming out. Explosive cast comes down. Silver ultimate, but it looks like Gragas has been completely isolated from the rest of his team here. They chose to pick a 3v4. And now it looks like they're continuing on. A stun coming out onto the Shen, but it looks like they're just going to opt to take the tower instead. And it looks like there's actually going to be more poke here. A binding landing onto the Skarner. Will he be able to go down? And Braum shield to block some of the damage, but it looks like it's just not enough here. Braum going down, flashing even, and a brilliant Anivia wall here to block the Sivir off. Spell shield, and it looks like the Shen will take down a kill here. And it looks like they've pushed back the momentum, and they'll actually be able to take the top tower. When just a few seconds ago, it looked like Red Team was in complete control of it. Camille here now choosing to back off.
Well, blue team had an amazing comeback after their Gragas got caught out. But what I think caused Team 2 to have their loss there was using most of their ultimates onto the Gragas before they engaged on their back line.
Camille here. Oh, it looks like Morgana's left the Caitlyn alone. The ultimate coming out. Oh, but just over the wall here. There's not much you can do. The Anivia's showed up already. A stun coming out, and the full combo from Anivia just turned Camille to back off as she eased through the Anivia wall right now.
An amazing flash by Caitlyn saving her right there.
It was a 90 cover net, my friend. But it's okay. Anyway, we see like the Brand here is clearing out the control ward. Once again, a fight over Vision.
And Anivia gets the blue buff.
Yep.
She is extremely reliant on mana, so the blue buff is great on her.
Yep, and it looks like they might be just trying to get Rift Herald control here. The Dragon just coming out in over a minute. And they might just be able to take the Rift Herald here. A binding coming out from the Morgana. Just to do a little bit of damage, but it doesn't look like she would be able to stop this one alone here. The blue team not really in a position currently to move over to stop this Rift Herald here. And it looks like it will go down. Morgana going in with the ultimate only on one person here on the Braum. Stun does go through the taunt now, and a massive flash from the Gragas body slam here knocks up two people. And it looks like the ultimate from the Skarner, he's still somehow alive here. They got the Rift Herald, I think, but it looks like three of them will go down. The Camille just blocking barely the Brand here. The Q does land from the Caitlyn, and that is one more kill over to them. Now 12-6 and a goal lead of 2,000 for the blue team. And it looks like Sivir here is just going to try her best to clear the wave. He's going to push. Oh, and the stop there. Will the Tormentor? Oh, it just barely gets out alive.
And blue team continues to siege mid lane tower after two of Red Team's members just got destroyed during that team fight.
Yeah, and it looks like the dragon's coming up now, and they can swing over because it is an ocean dragon now, which would give a lot of sustain for mana, especially for the Anivia here.
Well, although Team 2 might have lost the team fight, they still got themselves the Rift Herald, which helps them with the pushing of the waves and the tower.
Well, the Anivia just walled off any hopes of the blue team, the red team stealing the dragon, and blue team has secured their second dragon now, an Infernal and an Ocean Dragon here. Morgana just gonna back off, and it looks like farming is back in business, with Skarner going over to the Raptors, and a little push going on in mid lane. Well, mid lane tower here looks like it might actually go down. Anivia's wave clear is actually quite powerful. Do you think it'll help them a lot in late game?
Yes, Anivia wave clear. Once they get to the quite into the late game around the 30-40 minute mark, she will be able to clear the waves quite quickly, stopping a red team from pushing in.
And if we just take a look at the items here, Shen having completed his Sunfire Cape first here, Camille hasn't completed Triforce yet, and Anivia already with the Rod of Ages, 4 stacks on it. Once it gets fully stacked, it'll be quite powerful. And Sivir here opting for Mercury Treads, while Caitlyn goes for Ninja Tabbies here.
Well, from what I can tell, Red Team had a really good early game, but they lost their lead during after being caught up at top and bottom.
And it looks like the Rift Herald here will just take out the top tower here for the blue team. Just a little Rift Herald charging straight into the turret here to take it down.
Well, currently, blue team has a 1k goal lead, but it is nothing to be too worried about, as I have a feeling that red team is able to come back later during the game, as they have champions such as Brand and Braum.
Let's talk about the Morgana here. 009. She's participated in a lot of kills here, almost like the most in the team here, and the Shin as well.
Yes, Morgana has done a lot this game to protect the team from dying. Her Black Shield perfectly timed to stop Skarner, to stop Brand
Sorry
CCs.
to stop you here, but there's like an engage going on. The Brand ultimate just bouncing through, and it looks like the Gragas will be the first one to go down here. A flash to ultimate here onto the egg. It's now egg, and it's completely scrambled, shut down here, going over to the Sivir here. 2 kills for nothing from the red team, and maybe that's the kind of like engage you're talking about. The Sivir ulti just going in, and the Skarner just following up with the ultimate.
Yes, red team played that perfectly, catching both Gragas and Anivia out with the Skarner out.
Yep, and nothing much you can do about that, but just watch as they charge and just grab the Anivia over.
Well, if blue team wants to win, they have to stick together and hope that Morgana's Dark Binding comes around at the right time.
And your river control being established here, a control ward smack onto Baron Pit as they recall and look to be buying some items here. And if you're just respawning now with the Seraph Embrace and the Rod of Ages here, once it's fully charged, sorry, it's Archangel stuff in the moment, but once it's fully charged into a Seraph's Embrace, it's going to mean the Anivia has a shield to keep herself alive in addition to the egg. And that's going to be quite good against Skarner.
Well, currently both teams have the same amount of gold, closing the gold lead blue team had at the start.
Yeah, just barely.
Well, and as blue team continues to clear the ward and try to gain vision control of Baron, they continue to clear wards, and they might be having a team fight at mid soon.
And looks like an Aegis here coming out from the Shin. He might just build a locket, and that might be a lot of shielding for the enemy team, especially considering that they're Morgana, and Morgana typically doesn't build locket. Morgana here having actually not really spent that much gold, I think. Like, if you could just take a look at the gold that they have, I think that Morgana here, when she beats, she'll have quite a lot of items. It looks like Braum has opted to buy a Knight's Vow here, judging by his build. Sivir already having completed her first Zeal item after her Essence Reaver. while Caitlyn still has yet to complete it. But the thing is that there's actually like huge CS differences here. Look at the Sivir, 211 farm against the Caitlyn's 140. But on the mid side here, we have Anivia with 183 and Brand with 138. What do you think?
Well, Anivia generally has a better wave clear, so it is expected of her to have higher CS. And Sivir, if you compare it to Caitlyn, she also has a lot of better wave clears compared to Caitlyn. Caitlyn might have range, but she gives that. Although she has increased range, her wave clear is generally weaker than compared to Sivir.
You can just see over there, there are 3 wards in that bush. How cute.
Well, blue and red team both are walking around mid trying to clear waves.
Looks like Shin here has started to split push the bottom. I'm quite sure that he would want to take down that tower here with Camille being. It means that he has a window of opportunity to do some significant damage to the tower.
Well, I think here is where we can see how strong Shen is. He can split push, and with his ultimate, if a team fight really does break out, he can immediately come in with his ult, being both as a tank and as someone who can provide a large amount of CC in one go.
Yeah, that's right here. And we can see that they're just rewarding here and clearing out that control ward and that other ward over there, the zombie ward. And Camille now back in the bottom lane here. Camille against Shen. Both of them have their teleports available. It looks like if there's a fight, we can expect like 5 people probably.
Well, right now red team is recalling and trying to get back some items, where Shen and Camille are both at bot lane trying to farm.
That's right, and you can see here, once again, a fight for the vision in River. With wards now being on the blue side, Camille just trying to get a little jump on Shen here, but it's not exactly working with a perfectly timed taunt. And it looks like a binding here has caught out the Gragas. I mean the Brand, and the Brand here goes down, but Morgana taking an extreme amount of damage here. Will the Shen ultimate be able to keep her alive? No, and that means that Shen will be unable to get into the fight here. Ascana ultimate now coming out, and Camille jumps onto the AD carry, beating her up, and there's nothing she can do about it here. Just going down, and it looks like there are 3 people now here fighting as Camille jumps and doing massive damage here. Sivir flashes over the wall. Oh, the Q just barely gets the Gragas here, and just 1 more person alive, I believe here. Shen. And
well,
everyone else is dead.
That was a great engage and comeback by red team. It was a 3-4-4.
Yeah, and it looks like it might be more than that here. A flash coming out and it misses because of the taunt here. But a jump on, but the Shen's shield here, the auto attack blocker, will just barely save him.
Well, as I said at the start, Camille managed to catch Caitlyn out with her ultimate, which is what red team wants to
and
do.
it looks like here Camille has completely abandoned Sivir, but Sivir actually doing a lot of damage to the Morgana here, being forced to back off. And it looks like the Shen might actually go down. The Shen's shield coming out once again to protect him. Will there be a spell shield? No, there is no spell shield, and a shutdown coming in now. The Camille barely unable to kill the Shen and the Morgana.
An amazing play by blue team over there.
Yep, I think red team just overstayed their welcome here. And now there's another Infernal Dragon here. And the binding onto the Skarner. Body Slam comes out. Will they be able to take him down? I don't think so. I think he's quite tanky, but he flashes out and he just completely abandons the Brand here. But a bounce here for the Pyroclasm. It's unable to take any of them down, and it looks like they might be giving up a 3rd dragon.
Morgana is quite low, and with 3 members of red team still dead, the dragon goes to blue side.
Yeah, and now we can see that there's a Liandry in addition to the Rylai here on the Brand, meaning that he'll be doing a lot of % health damage here. Well, what do you think? Do you think he'll be able to carry the team fight?
Well, I think both teams are very team fight oriented, and we have to see who has the better engage.
Well, regarding better engages here, Skarner has picked up a Righteous Glory, which means that he's going to be charging really fast, and one of the squishies on the blue side here, right?
Yes, that's basically what he wants to do with the combo with Sivir's ultimate as well. Give him extreme movement speeds, able to catch champions like Caitlyn out.
Yeah, that's right. And as we see here, both AD carries just taking the red buff here. And once again, the fight in the river for the vision. Going back to the blue side here, taking the Skarner thing as well.
Well, currently Anivia with 10 stacks on the Rod of Ages and Seraph Embrace ready. I think this is where Anivia gets to show her extremely powerful wave clear and what she is capable of.
Yep, that's a huge spike for Anivia now. And it looks like the Sivir here has opted to go for an Infinity Edge 3rd, while the Caitlyn here is trying to complete a 2nd Zeal item.
Well, as you can see, Anivia's amazing wave clearing that wave in just a few seconds.
Sorry, the Righteous Glory here just being popped by the Skarner. but he's unable to catch anybody here, as that's not too long of a cooldown, and just some poke coming out here. The Gragas here body slamming himself out, Black Shield being placed on him.
With a few skirmishes here and there, putting out some poke.
Yep, and Shen now with the Tiamat, he'll be able to clear out the wave even faster. And he's just pushing out the bot lane here, and he'll just be able to like report for duty with his ultimate if there's a fight in mid. And Camille now reporting down to bot lane as well.
Well, I think the Locket purchased by Shen is really great, able to negate the damage coming out from Brand during the team fights.
Yeah, it looks like it'll be quite a good team fight here compared to Camille with the Triforce, but Camille would just be able to beat up the AD carry. Like what happened just now, she just jumped straight onto the Caitlyn, ultied her, and then there's really like kind of no hope for the AD carry if she's to split off like that. That's kind of how they won the previous fight, right?
Yes, but let's look at Brand. I think currently Brand is in quite a bad spot with a score of 2 and 6. Comparing it to Anivia's item, he is really far behind.
Yeah, exactly. Like
And for me, I think Brand is kind of champion that is either he has to get a hit to do damage in the game. If not, his damage is really just negligible.
Yep, it looks like there's just going to be a little trade here, but it's more than a little trade when Camille actually hits Shen with the true damage here. Shen having to dash out, and Camille just showing some pressure here of the Triforce. The power of the Triforce, man. And the binding here just missing. Camille just going to back off here with the recall. And it looks like they might just try to group mid. Just a little
Well, both
here.
Red team recalls while blue team tries to push in the wave, making use of Morgana's excellent wave clear to try to get control over the lanes.
Let's look at the vision score now. The Morgana, 86 on her vision score, a whole 20 more, but it looks like there's a fight coming in here. A beautiful block by the Brand, and there we go, the explosive cast just knocking them away. He's like, hey, you guys are trapped, let me just help you out. And he just saves the blue team. I mean, the red team, of course. Blue team Gragas here with the explosive cast. It wasn't too good, but it still looks like they're pushing in now.
Well, from what I can see, I think if blue team wants to win this game, they will have to be the one engaging. What I can imagine them doing here is Gragas going in and Shen outing at the same
here,
time.
actually at the front. Skarner here just being walled off. He's just unable to catch up somehow. But Camille coming in here with the flank as she ults onto the Caitlyn here. The stand united here. Shen coming in taunting. The W of the Shen here. Gonna get a lot of auto attacks. And Nivea picks up the first kill. But the Brand here, that's a lot of damage. But it looks like the blue team has come up. Sivir here, will she be able to kite? The wall and the taunt, and just barely alive here. Look at the low health bars of the Shen and the Morgana here. And if you're with the wall, just stopping her and allowing the Shen to secure the taunt. And it looks like they're just going to back off.
There was an amazing out by Shen there, saving Caitlyn. The shield was a well-timed shield. And like I said before, this is why Shen is a really, really good pick compared to someone such as Camille. Although Camille has a lot of movement speed and agility,
Yeah,
Shen ultimate is the one that really showed a lot of potential this team fight with his well-timed ultimate on Caitlyn.
And it looks like that might just be a free Baron here for the blue team. Having picked up 2 Infernal Drakes, the Baron here, that AP and AD you get, it's just going to be amplified by the 2 Infernal Drakes here. And the Ocean Drake also to sustain them. While red team no longer doesn't look like they're able to win fights at the moment. Even though the fights are really, really close, I think that the Locket from Shen, it's actually helping quite a lot.
What red team should try to do here is try to farm up and try to get more damage, since their team is really reliant on their engages, and if they can't output a large amount of damage at once, they'll most likely lose the team fights.
And it looks like there's another fight here. The Brand just being caught out, and he's gone. That's basically it. Braum now jumps away onto the minion, and looks like a push in now. And the Brand, right? He's the main wave clear other than Sivir. And looks like they've caught out on the Skarner too. A brilliant wall here. The Glacial Fissure not being able to save him. And the tower goes down. Braum jumps away once again. He can't really do anything. He just looks at his teammates and he's like, man, I really can't help you at all. And it looks like the push coming down here. The Baron on the minions. Sivir unable to clear them out. As another turret goes down here. Red team looks like they might just be losing an inhibitor here. A dodge out on the binding. And just Sivir's just going to try her best to wave clear and salvage the game, man.
Well, at this point of the game, I think it is very clear that red team is on the losing side at the moment.
Yep, and the Camille here is just trying her best to push the bottom lane. but it's not really doing enough here. Like, not enough pressure, and it looks like she's gonna be trapped here, circled around by 5 members. Let's see how she tries to get out of this one here. Oh! Well, not very good there from the Shin, blasting his way over with the blasting cone here. And it looks like Camille might be able to get out here. They're trying to take the Ocean Dragon, but they're binding onto Braum. Camille on the backside here. Braum taking a ton of damage, and it looks like he will just go down to the Caitlyn's auto attacks here. The Brand here trying to land a Pyroclasm. Spell Shield down now. The Brand not able to do enough here. The Greg is just showing a little pressure as they get the 4th Dragon here. Excellent objective control from Skarner here, who flashes in. And it looks like that might just be a huge team fight here. Skarner going down, Camille trying to do her best, but it looks like the best is not enough here. Brand able to take down one. Sivir here, will she be able to get it? Not really. A QSS on the Sivir here, I guess, to protect against the Anivia stun or the taunt from the Shin. And the Shin here with the scoreline of 5-1-17 here, and the Morgana with 1-1-22. They've been doing a ton of work for their team.
Yes, and like I said before, the Shen ultimate on Caitlyn, it was a huge shields. His ultimate plus the locket gave her an insane amount of shielding from the Camille. And like I said before, what Camille wants to do is catch the ADC out. But with Shen, with those amazing well-timed out, she is unable to do that.
Yeah, a Void Staff now being picked up on the Brand. Some magic penetration here to help against the magic resistance that Gragas has right now. And it looks like Shen here having picked up a Titanic Hydra and a Warden's Mail here. And the Camille on the other side here with the Triforce, the Sterak's, and the Tiamat. Still not completing her Titanic Hydra.
And Nivea is almost at full build, which is... And once she reaches full build, she will be extremely scary to play against.
A Dark Seal here on Nivea with 10 stacks. This Caitlyn looks like she's going to probably pick up a Bloodthirster here really soon. And the Morgana now building, looks like perhaps another Locket? I don't know. But they look to be making a push now. They're like getting vision control here in red side jungle. And they look to be pushing the bot lane. Looks like the red team here can't really do much. The Camille trying her best to split push. But looks like the blue team's just going to take down another tower.
But I would say blue team has played really well this game, getting all 4 dragons. And I would say that the support for blue team has better ward control with 104 wards, where red team only has 80 wards from the support. And I think that contributed to the amount of dragons they got.
Yep, and the Camille here just trying her best to put some pressure, but it looks like blue team has no worries in the world. A Redemption coming down now just to keep them topped up in health. Pyroclasm here actually doing a lot, but Sivir's been caught out, and Anivia here picking up 2 kills. Camille destroying their AD carry, but that's all she can do really. She just gets beaten up now by the Shin as she jumps over, taking down another kill here, but I don't think she'll be able to do much. Anivia here chasing in, and it looks like they might just be able to get the inhibitor, or even the game now.
Well, at this point of the game, that team fight was the deciding factor, and even though Camille was able to take down Caitlyn, it was already too late as blue team was way too far ahead.
Will Camille be able to do anything now with the Guardian Angel? A Jonia coming out here, and a taunt, and it looks like she's going to go down from her GA as they begin to beat up the Nexus, and she goes down. And that looks like it'll be the game here. Blue team taking it away with 33 kills against the 18 kills here. The Shen Ultimate and the Seraph Embrace not even used, the Flash and the emotes come out, and it looks like it's victory for the blue team.
GG.
Yeah. So, like, that game, the engage of the Skarner didn't seem to really work out.
Well, red team made a lot of mistakes, such as continuously being caught out during one of the last few team fights.
And, like, the Sivir, even with the Predator, the Righteous Glory, the Sivir Ultimate, the Skarner just couldn't seem to find either the Anivia or the Caitlyn to pull in.
Yes, the amazingly well-timed Dark Shield by Morgana, which I think was the deciding factor during the early game that helped keep Caitlyn alive. And during team fights, the ultimates by Shen, those amazing large shields protecting Caitlyn during all those team fights. And so I think it was a really good, they have really good team synergy, comparing it to the red team, which continuously got caught out over and over again, which I think was the factor that decided their loss.
Yeah, but an interesting thing here is that the Sivir actually did the most damage in the game here. The Caitlyn only doing 20,000, but the Sivir having done a whole 11,000 more than her, even though she's on the losing side.
Well, during the laning phase and the early game, Sivir was able to put out lots and lots of poke onto the Caitlyn. I actually expected Sivir to hard carry this game with her good lead during the early game, but due to her mid laner continuously being killed over and over again, I think that was what led to their loss.
Yeah, the mid laner though, he did do a lot of damage, nearly the same as Anivia here, 1,000 less.
Well, like I said before, Brand is the type of champion who you want to get fed on. Like if he gets a hit, he will be extremely good during team fights with his passive, it completely able to destroy the enemy team in a few hits.
And the top lane here, in terms of the damage, it looks really close to here. The Shen just having a little over 300 more.
Well, like I said before, the Shen versus Camille matchup is a really interesting matchup to watch, as if Camille plays it correctly, she is able to kill the Shen. But Shen was a good player, able to time his outs right.
And here, just looking a bit at the Sivir's gold difference here. The Sivir here actually has more gold than Caitlyn, and I guess that's really the power of farm here. A whole 111 more CS than the Caitlyn.
Well, like I said before, Caitlyn during the team fight, she had higher impact, her damage was higher, and she had more range. But for Sivir, during her laning phase, she managed to get out more poke and more wave clear onto the Caitlyn, which I think it's a kind of trade-off.
Yeah, and like just with the ricochet here, you just walk into the lane and just turn it on and just hit everything, and all the minions just die, right? Like, I guess that's really why Caitlyn
Well,
was able
but
to
I
farm.
wanted to put it out there that I think it's actually quite disappointing of Braum. I didn't see him make many big plays this game with his ultimate or his shield. I expected to see Braum blocking the ultimates from Caitlyn or trying to block the stuns from Anivia and Morgana, but I didn't really see much of it this game, which I think was one of the factors that led to their loss as well.
Well, he did try to use the Glacial Fissure to peel for the Caitlyn,
No,
for
but
the Sivir, but
That wasn't really enough.
Yeah. Well, the Anivia wall actually played like quite a big part here. It walled the Skarner multiple times, and it also walled off the Sivir multiple times as well.
Yes, Anivia was really good.
Yeah, and just talking a bit about the Gragas ultimates here, were there any like flashy ones? What do you think?
Well, the Gragas ultimate gank on mid was really good, helping Anivia get the early game lead as Anivia. Oh.
Well, we'll be going for a break now, and we'll be back with our second game in a couple of minutes, so see you then.